Pow wow, yo yippee yays, beautiful burgers. I hope you're well. This is Pow Wow 19. Today we're going to dig into a lot of great stuff. First, how's the market? What is it happening? More importantly, what's about the CHSB token mooning right now? Then we'll deep dive into the Wealth app. What will be the new features that will be available? We're going to talk about as well machine learning and how do we portray the future of finance and the future of crypto wealth management. And obviously, we're going to have a lot of fun. As always, your host, my name is Cyrus Fazel. I'm the proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg, always here to serve you and always here to answer any questions. So if you have any questions, please just ask them right here in comments and I will be able to answer you hopefully at the next video. Let's deep dive into the family portrait. If you're not here, well, please send me your beautiful picture and we add it to the family tree. There's a lot of new pictures coming up. Sorry if I haven't been able to put all of them. It's always really cool to see this 3-cent club, right? Especially that now it's like the 11-cent club. But it's really amazing to see that all these people have stuck together and all these beautiful ambassadors are just helping us to grow as a network. It was so cool to talk yesterday to many of you, and it's really awesome to see that the ambassador program is really growing, and the affiliates as well, which is something that we really take very seriously about. And to add to the family pictures, I think so. There's definitely the Martini guy. Big up to him and the fact that he believes in us, that he's a proud token holder, and that he really believes in our ecosystem. And it's really amazing what he's done and enable us to increase the size of the community, which is really something very important. And obviously, Ivan on Tech. Ivan on Tech on last Sunday, he did really a great job of talking about SwissBorg and really showing why he believes in us. And it was really cool. We met him in the World Economic Forum in late February, and it was really cool to meet him live. And now he did his due diligence. He understands what's the value. We did understand was the CHSB token and the Wealth app, and he's really a great ambassador as well. So thank you so much for that and the trust you've gave to that. So it's really cool. This amazing table. Joke of the week or tweet of the week. WhatsApp just launched a P2P system that does not involve Libra. Yeah, they should have behind a funny meeting, right? It's quite weird. Just yesterday, I probably noticed Libra is still hasn't shown signs of if it's going to be live or not. But through WhatsApp now in Brazil, they're able to do payments on a peer-to-peer level, obviously on a centralized system. So this has nothing to do with blockchain, but they are entering into the fintech space. So that's something to follow, and we'll see how Libra will do. Negative news of the week. Yeah, I think so. Everyone really heard about this one, and it is a really weird one, right? Where $130 million were $2.6 million were paid in gas fee to send $130. Don't know where this coming from. A lot of people speculated it came from BitThumb. Was it them or not? We don't know. Though the actual ETH farm, which was very, nice about it, said that if the person would reveal his identity, they would be able to send back that $2.6 million. And they had 5 days to do that. They actually didn't do it. I think the person was probably too ashamed about it, and therefore the mining pool, essentially what they did is that they said, okay, well, no one's coming in, we'll just share it together, 2.6 million for that transaction. So that will be probably one of the high record in terms of gas fee paid for only a small transaction of less than an ether. Other negative news of the world in the fintech space. People are realizing Revolut now is like a normal bank. There's high fees and all that. What did you expect, right? It's not a community-driven type of ecosystem. It's completely like a regular company that wants to do an IPO. In order to do an IPO, what do they have to do? They have to please investors. And in order to please investors, they have to have great valuation. And to have great valuation, well, they have to start making really good fees prior to their IPO. And that's exactly what is happening, right? They're developing a fantastic product with great rates, and they'll be charging more and more to make sure that they're starting to generate revenues and looking to be profitable. Last but not least, this isn't negative news, but for SwissBorg, we knew this was going to happen. A lot of companies that went to get different licenses in Estonia, most of them got them, and today won't be able to keep them. Essentially, the Estonian financial markets are start to regulating and making more strict that you have to have board members that are residents over there in Estonia. You have to have a KYC and AML policy officer over there. You have to have more and more staff, and the requirements getting higher and higher. So you're seeing a lot of people flying away from essentially Estonia because they're just, I mean, they're not flying away, but their companies are closing pretty much. And that's totally normal. And we're very proud that right now we will have very soon 3 different people, local Estonians working there, and we'll be growing the team as things go, which is always very good to have substance where you work. Positive news, more and more women into crypto, and this is really cool. Within the Wealth app, we have 20%, so 1,400 women, I think so. So far, if I'm not mistaken, something like that, or 1,500 women. We really recommend all you guys, please, listeners, ask your wives, sisters, even your moms to go into the Wealth app, even if they want to deposit $10, or even just to want to watch videos, to be honest. At least they could maybe get it and be part of this train that is really reshaping the financial world. And I think so it's extremely important that women, first probably because they'll be investing better than us, more than is that it just grows the space. So we need that. Other good news is that we're seeing a lot of more and more tokens that will be listed on Coinbase. And I think so this is really cool, the fact that Coinbase is really pushing a bit the DeFi world. And you're seeing a lot of different projects like Aave and other ones that we like very much that are gaining traction, and same for Maker, which is, I think, so really one of the best DeFi platform right now with multi-DAI and future projects. Last but not least, we're seeing great things happening in Turkey, where the fact that they're going to launch their own stable coin through DeFi apps, and this is really good, and we will definitely want to have this listed on the Wealth app, because we believe that Turkey is exactly one of those countries that have a necessity to get into crypto. I mean, they're already very big. BTC Turk is a great exchange over there that have done a fantastic job, and we have a lot of token holders that we love very much. Hi to all the guys. And we will very much appreciate having, obviously, fiat gateway in Turkish lira, but at the least would be good to have Turkish lira as a stable coin to make sure that people could go back and forth, which is a very volatile itself, literally a national currency. Last but not least, and this is very good, record number of people that own over 0.1 BTC, and that's a lot of money. That's $1,000. That is really good. That means that people from this crisis realize what it is, right? 10 years ago or 12 years ago, when the recession happened, Bitcoin was created. It was to be anti this thing, and to understand that not only you make profits by investing in Bitcoin, but more importantly, the great thing is that you're relying on a system that is driven through code, and it's not relied on a central bank. And I'm not against central bank, but I think it's it's very good to understand that you could be part of something that is new and something that has different mechanism, and that have sometimes much more better mechanism than many central banks. The market. So what's happening to the market? Not much. We are seeing a lot of trends that's going. We're still in that 9,000, 10,500 range on Bitcoin. Not much is happening. We have these days, green days and red days. There's still that major resistance and support. We're channeling up. It doesn't look as good as it was probably a week ago. There is some new lows, but we're still in that range, so nothing to be alarmed. Nothing great either. We'll see how things will show in the very future. If you're not too sure about what doing with your Bitcoin, well, look at the Cyber indicator or look at the SwissBorg indicator, and that could help you to trade and take better profits out of your trades. SwissBorg token. Oh my God, this is really a real consecration, and this is amazing how things are going right. And it really shows that hard work pays. Hard work. Since the launch, there was, roughly 133 million CHSB that were bought in the app, and 88 million which were actually sold. So we're having a buy pressure that definitely is coming from the app. We see that today that the total exchange volume would have been roughly $4.5 million, which is really big. Most of that comes from Swiss francs, but not only. There's euros, GBP, so a big portion of fiat is getting into SwissBorg token, which is really good. That really shows how our ecosystem is actually bringing in the off-chain to the on-chain world and mixing that both together. That's really great. But we're seeing a lot of BTC as well converting into SwissBorg tokens, and we're seeing that we represent actually 40% of all the volume that's traded. So there's a big amount on BTC and amount on KuCoin and some different other exchanges, but 40% is really coming from SwissBorg Wealth app. So it really shows that, yeah, you guys, everyone has downloaded the Wealth app. You probably have purchased already some CHSB tokens, and thank you for that, and thank you for that trust. And we see that trend growing and growing and growing, which is just amazing. More importantly, if you see it, you calculate, you see that then, yeah, as you know, the net buy is really, it enables to really grow the price of the token itself. When we look at right now, coin market cap, when you go to coin market cap, and you see that we just need to scroll a bit down, and we're directly at the 74th. It's just amazing. Just look at that. It's 74th, and that was done in a very short amount of time, but good enough to see that it's stabilized, which I think so. It really shows that we're doing fantastic. We really should be proud of ourselves to be where we are standing today. It hasn't been an easy journey for many of you, and not for me either. Got a lot of haters and a lot of lovers too. But it's really awesome to see that, we're even close to the top 50. It's going, it's amazing. It's really amazing. And to recall what was saying, Ivan on tech, I think so. A great thing is that when you look at, for example, what has established crypto.com, which is really good, our token and our app is very similar to some extent. I think it's much better from what we have. We may have less services, but we have better UI, better UX, better pricing, and I believe better security. That's from my standpoint. But I like it very much what these guys are doing. I think so. It's really cool. So big up to crypto.com. But when you see the valuation, which is at $2 billion, we are still very far away, underpriced compared to these guys. And we're gonna get there. I'm very confident about that. We're very confident that we'll be in the top 10, and there's no doubt about this. But the fact is that today we're at valuation at 83 million, and we're seeing more and more people converting to premium and staking those 50,000 CHSB, which is really bringing that buy pressure in. And we have a lot of great news that's going on. So, I'm very bullish, super bullish about, how's the future and how bright it is, like Alex always says. And, I really want to thank all of you for being hardcore hodlers and buyers and now stakers, which is great. Talking about great news, Hedera Hashgraph, as you guys know, this project, it's a great project that we've been talking with a team, thinking about perhaps maybe even listing these guys eventually. We really like these guys. Dr. Lehman Bear is a fantastic professor, a real blockchain expert. Tomorrow will be on Crypto Night, so please look. As always, 9 o'clock GMT +1. We'll be all together hanging out and watching popcorn and talking together through the live stream. Um, Other good news in the pipe is that, as you guys know, Ivan on Tech, we talked about this. Things are just happening well. We are, that North Star is just like aligned perfectly with SwissBorg token, and we know that we're heading, and we have more and more different influencers just talking about us, without actually, we not even like getting in touch with these guys, and they're all doing it because they understand now the value, and this is going to be a compounding effect, right? There was the Martini guy and a few other guys. Now we have Ivan on Tech, and people are talking more and more the fact of how great actually we've been, being able to do an ICO, stick to our roadmap, maybe not the timeline because things is always hard to respect the timeline, but to deliver such great products and keep our word, not be able to sell any CHSB tokens since the beginning. And now, it pays off. Where hard work pays off. And that's what makes all these beautiful connections and people that want to talk about SwissBorg token and buy into the SwissBorg tokens, and it's just fantastic. The DAO platform, one of my most hearted project. I really like it. As you guys know, Stan is behind it and many other people. Here we see Mohamed Imran, aka London Data Guy. That's just amazing, guys. He established 6 different DAO missions, which is really good. He's been able to be part of the Blood Squad and the Report Squad as well. And it's really, really interesting what these guys did. He likes about everything, and he believes that his motto is that the power of the integration of societies for better through increased transparency, democracy, and distributed organization models. And that what he believes is that a DAO, what is about, is how tech could bring in a better governance model, and I think so is exactly, he got it right perfectly. And when you see his different articles that he's contributed, it's really interesting about what he's taking part and how he gets rewarded for this content. Please check it out if you haven't. Talking about the love of the DAO, some people are not all aware about it. The DAO is really a cool platform for people to collaborate on different projects regarding SwissBorg. So basically, on your status, you're able to do your own projects, and people could then essentially, we could refund it. We'll be voting, saying how you want to do that. Or essentially, on the other way, is that there's a lot of different jobs and different missions that go with it. And essentially, you could take any type of mission that you feel like. As you see here, there's been over $1,500 of rewards. Actually, that's actually quite old. I think so much more than now today. We're roughly 300 people today. There's up to 200 missions that have been done. And you see that there's a lot of different campaigns there right now. Like, for example, email expert audit, token squad, Babel squad, blog squad. There's a lot of different things that enable to really take part in what we're doing and how we could grow as a decentralized autonomous organization. And it's really cool. There's a lot of different guilds. If you're interested by going in, it's deo.swissborg.com. Right now, we're not pushing this main platform. We want to keep it quite small. But definitely have a look and be part of it. And it's a good way to get rewarded, build with other people, and take control of your wealth, of the future of our ecosystem, which is very important. I think so. Other things, community app, almost finished, guys. We're almost there. 121,000. Keep on going greater and greater. We're super proud about this. It's really cool. Thank you for so much, people. There's so much rewards now, these tokens that we're going to pay out, which is quite good for a lot of people. And it's really bringing, democratization of crypto and how you guys get smarter. Now, machine learning. Everyone talks about it. Few understand it, and very few really actually do so, and we at SwissBorg and me personally, I've worked a long time in different hedge funds, which were only quant funds, okay, CTAs, managed future type of different, or long short equity systematic funds, and all of these were always done by some extent to machine learning, and we know that in the crypto space and the data space, And in the future, a lot of it will be done through machine learning. And at SwissBorg, we really, are focused obviously on blockchain, but on data as a general. That's really our main concern, right? Is how data could be valued, how you could extract that value, have the ownership of that value, and make sure that that value could be transformed in a meritocratic way, right? And so far we've been really, agile and working strongly on um, these different things, which is how can we automate, how can we able to do fraud detection, how we be able to do algo trading and robo advisory. Those are the real four different things that we do. So now, as an example, as you personally, what are you fan of? Is obviously algo trader and cyborg advisor, right? Those are the two big things that we've been working really hard, and that we'll be working essentially going forward. And if I really may, I think so. The great thing here is that today we have the cyborg predictor and the SwissBorg indicator. You probably know by now what's the main difference between these two. The cyber predictor is a combination of really machine learning, and it looks at a lot of different variables such as volume, such as a lot of different confidence indicators, and it looks at how you could look at past data and how could you anticipate the future. The SwissBorg indicator is more a mix-up of different technical analysis, such as moving averages, RSI, and different, levels of technical analysis. We want those algos to be a cyber advisor to you guys, meaning that on the long run, and actually maybe in the mid run, even maybe on the short run, we're going to be offering how you guys could essentially say, okay, I want to get into Bitcoin, but I don't want to trade it every day. Some people like doing that, and some people are very good at doing that. And especially being very good at the community app, there's high chances you could probably be good as well in real life. But if you're not into it, which is 90% of the world, will you be investing in the cyber predictor or SwissBorg indicator? And that would be buying Bitcoin, going on and off in the most smoothest way to get a great return, or at least not to have too much risk, right? If your mom invested into Bitcoin, she said, okay, why not? But I don't want to lose more than 30%. Well, today is going to be a complicated one, right? Well, that's what we're going to be offering. And that's really what we're working hard on. And we'll keep you obviously tuned in. This goes to the same at portfolio diversification, rebalancing. It's how we're looking at different indices and how we could really show what would be the best, and always taking one benchmark and then showing a strategy of it. How then can we overperform essentially this strategy? And by doing that, we look at it as a benchmark. And the indicators we look at usually is Sharpe ratio, the Sortino, so that's when you see the mass drawdown. You see the max daily drawdown, the annual volatility, the recovery time, and really understand, what would be the right way to do these things on multiple different time frames, right? Time frames are very important to see, out of 2017 to today. How do you really do that? So whenever we're doing a strategy and we'll implement a strategy, what we always do is we run back tests. We try to make sure that these back tests are not pro forma, to not sure they're actually performing, not by knowing what's going to happen in the future, if not, it's too easy. And then we run these strategies internally, so we invest our own money. And then when we feel that it's the right time, then we implement it with the tech team and we give it to you guys. This is really what we're doing. And there's a lot of people within that team, such as Marco, Bastien, and many others that we love very much. Last but not least, some stats. 7777. Hopefully next week we'll be at 8888 number of users that have activated in the Wealth app. $21 million. That has grown significantly. 4 million trading volume per week, which is really, really good. We have very soon the 2x protect and burn, which will be amount of cash of 17,000. We have as well close to 20 million CHSB tokens, and we have you guys have already saved over $272,000 of trading thanks to premium. So if you're not on premium, you should be on premium. Last but not least, I know we're a little bit crazy, but we thought it would be a great moment to be even kinder with you guys, and especially for the newbies. So what we're going to do is that people that are already premium, we're going to waive out therefore is going to be free for stable coins essentially, and you will be trading only 1% on Ether instead of 2%. So that is a halfway commission. So that's really cool, I think so. And yeah, I think so. That's something that is really important, and a lot of people have been asking, and we really want to see you guys getting to Ether, because we would be very sorry if people like, oh, we didn't go into Ether because we didn't want to pay 2%. Well, now it's only 1%, so you'll be able to get into it and be traded with less fees, which is really cool. Last but not least, I think so, as you guys know, the 2x protect and burn, we're very confident right now that the CHSB token is at a very good value, and you know we're essentially at the highest we ever been. So this is the best, and we're that confident, and we're very far away from that 20-day moving average, but we have a 2x protect and burn, so that is really good. So 40% this month of our revenues will actually go into the protect and burn utility of our SwissBorg token. It really shows how confident we are on the price of the CHSB and how it could grow more. And reading these comments, just as I saw earlier, it's really cool to share your love. And as you can see here, Sheldon, thank you so much for watching your progress, even though you're not in the US yet. Yeah, thank you so much, Sheldon. That's really cool. Same for Peter as well. Voldris is really nice. Those kind of messages just makes me like, I'm like, yeah. I'm wake up in the morning, I'm like, yeah. We're in the right mood. We're in the right space, the right moment. Everything is aligned. The love is here. The products are here. The future is very bright, as Alex always says. And we're only seeing great things happening. There's a lot of more high net worth individuals who want to jump in the platform. A lot of family office that want to go into CHSB, and this really shows how when you work hard, again, things happen as you want to. And I really want to thank you, all of you guys, for believing in us, being part of this amazing venture. I want to thank again all the ambassadors that we have talked so far. I know for some it's not that easy, but it's really great, and we're going to be kicking this very soon. Talking about very soon, after tomorrow, we'll be launching in 70 countries with crypto-only accounts. We'll be able to buy USDC by Thursday, which is really amazing. Next week, we're going for gold. So people will be able to buy a real piece of gold, right, through crypto, which I think so it's really cool with Paxos Gold. There's only good things happening, and I'm really excited about this. I want to send all my love to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. From last week, whoever had the best comment, the most likes, I think so, is Didier Van Mutter. Please send me your address through Telegram. We will be sending you a gift. And if I'm not mistaken, from the other Pow Wow 17, there was someone else that should have been rewarded. And if not mistaken, I'm not too sure who this was. But we will be sending, not to this fake thing, but to maybe, is this Julianas? Maybe Julianas? Or maybe someone else. But we'll be sending you the hat for sure. Maybe it was Ali, I don't know. I'll see who has the most likes. But we're sending them if they haven't been sent. Like always, guys, it's a great pleasure. Everything's skyrocketing. Even see the background is skyrocketing. Thank you so much for your trust, guys. As always, your proud CEO and founder, Cyrus, here to serve you. Have a great life, guys, and thank you for your trust. Bye.
More and more people are buying and holding Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Bitcoin.
Some call this digital gold.
Everybody should probably have 1% of their assets in Bitcoin.